The reason I'm saying that is because there's the Sun card here, and often in the Sun card, it's funny, both the Sun and the Moon card have an association with twins. In some decks, the twins show up on the Moon card, and in some decks, the twins show up on the Sun card, but there's really this twin energy, and you can see that depicted in the couple here. But normally, the Sun card is a very positive card, so it really doesn't mean bad things, even if it's in the reverse position. The Sun is when things are shining, when summer hits. You know, we just had the summer solstice. We've got a new moon on July 4th. And Sun is just like when things are radiant, things are shining. It means integration with the self. Integration of both the male and female parts of yourself. When things are integrated and unified and they just shine forth. So even if the Sun is in the reverse position, it may mean that you don't feel like 100% yourself, or you're feeling a little out of sorts, that something is, I won't say raining on your parade, but something is dampening your happiness. You're still in a place of happiness and optimism, even if you feel like there's something that is causing you to not quite be your full sunny self that you usually are, Gemini. And the sense that I get is that there's some truth. There's a part of yourself that may be tucked away in contemplating the truth. This is Hermit card. And Gemini, you tend to be a very socially capable person, but you do have a side where you can withdraw into yourself, and that's this Hermit card. And I get a sense that that is what is affecting Sun being in reverse. There might be some truth that you can't help but recognize, something that you can't help but overlook. This is a truth that usually you receive from going within and reflecting and contemplating things. Normally, you like to participate in all things going on. This is a celebratory, full of jubilance, full of vitality, full of, everything that has to do with the Sun. But this card is a little bit more somber. And Hermit usually separates himself off from the group, from the social scenes. So what I'm getting for you at the opening of July, Gemini, is that there might be some really great, fun social things going on. It's summer, there's parties to be gone to, there's camping, there's beach life, there's, just all the fun things that summer brings. But that there may be moments at which you separate yourself off from the social circle and you've kind of got this reflective, somber, just reflecting on certain truths kind of element. So that's the feeling that I get for you at the beginning of July. Keep in mind that both of these cards have to do with the light. This is outer external light that lights up the whole sky. This is more of an internal reflective light, but it really has to do with the truth. That's what this lantern represents. So, accept it if there's some moments where you just want to be by yourself and think about things. You've still got the sun shining on you. You've still got all this fun sun energy. It's gorgeous. It's vital. It's radiant. But there might be a part of you that is just being kept in reserve for some of this contemplation that Hermit wants to do by himself, by herself. I do see Cups energy coming up for you too, which is heart energy, which is love energy. You can see in this card, Four of Cups, that the world, the universe, is actually wanting to hand you an additional cup. And that's what's represented here. You can see it's actually the cup that is being handed from the clouds. This is actually the cup here that is being represented as trying to be handed to you. And the lesson from the Four of Cups card is don't get so wrapped up in your own thoughts. This card can be a little bit like Hermit sometimes, where you just get wrapped up. I sometimes look at this card as like staring at your navel and contemplating things. And one of the things that happens with Four of Cups energy is that Four is looking just at the three cups that exist. Oh, this is how it is. These are my friends. This is what exists in the world. And you totally miss out on receiving that extra love, that extra cup that is there and available for you because you're too self-involved or too just preoccupied with what currently is. There's this whole extra cup for you that the world or the universe is trying to hand to you. I mean, this is peace. This is contentment. This is enlightenment. This means having your heart feel full, because cups represent heart energy and our emotions. This means like my cup runneth over. My heart is so full, it's running over from emotion. So think about if you're feeling empty towards anything, or is this all there is? Sometimes that could have the feeling of Four of Cups. Try to look up and receive this beautiful cup of creativity, of joy, of passion, of, your heart being full, that the universe is trying to hand to you. It's in reverse right now, so it's saying that you might not be in a place to feel very receptive towards that, or that you're doubtful or fearful, or just not feeling. I'm getting empty. That the emotion is pouring out, and there might be a sense of emptiness. Whereas if you put this in the right position, and if you've received this, your heart actually feels so full that it overpours. It's so full of joy, so full of love. And this is an ace, so it's a new beginning. It's a new type of love. It's a new type of contentment, of peace. So see if you can open up to that, Gemini, at in the beginning part of July is when I'm getting. Here's another ace too that's wanting to come to you, and it's right after this new moon. The new moon's on July 4th, so it's during this period. But I get a sense that there's something new for you coming in. And this is Ace of Coins. So this is like new lifestyle, new daily habits, new money, potentially new job. Coins represent the earth element. So it has to do with assets, possessions, lifestyle. And it's sort of like an entrance and an invitation to this new garden. And the fact that you've got two aces at the beginning of July, and then two more aces here at the end of July, you have in July all the aces that are possible. Now, aces, as you know, as you probably can imagine, represent new beginnings. An ace is the beginning of a suit, and you've got all the elements here. All four aces are showing up for you. So there's something significant, very significant, that is beginning in July for you. There's some new beginning. It's fresh, new energy. If you look at all of these cards, these all have, this, it's hard to hold all four of them so that you can see them, but all four of them are being handed from a cloud, being handed from the divine, from the world, from the universe, and they've got this sort of fresh, new spring, new life kind of energy. This is new heart energy. This is new earth energy, which has to do with money, lifestyle, possessions, assets. This is new truth. It's a crowning victory. It's clarity. And this is new energy, new vitality, new vigor. This is new fire. So all of those are available to you, but there's three of them that are in the reverse position. So I'm going to ask you, well, what is it? Is there a way that you're blocking yourself, especially in July, from all this new stuff that wants to be given to you? It's sort of like someone's knocking on your door with lots of presents. Like, here's a new car, here's a new love, here's a new passion, here's new ideas, here's a new level of enlightenment. It's like waiting for you, and it's just asking you to open that door and receive it, Gemini. So I would like to encourage you, in the middle of the month, start with looking into receiving new money, or new lifestyle, or new habits, like new places to go. There's new fresh energy that wants to come in. And I'm seeing too, you are weary of the old cycle. This is Eight of Cups, which shows you've put a lot of your heart energy into something, whether this is a relationship, a place that you've been living, a job, something that you've put a lot of work into. After the new moon on July 4th, you're going to be very tired of doing that same thing and ready to move on. Eight of Cups means ready to move on to the next cycle. However, I'm also getting that you're having a little bit of fear of moving on, of letting go, or there's some sort of block, or that has to do with doubt, fear, challenges. But it's going to be very, very good for you to do that, Gemini, because Ace of Coins says, hey, I want fresh new energy. I want something new to come in. It's like a sprout that's trying to come up through the ground. And this is you feeling free. This is you feeling supported and helped by the entire universe. I mean, it's like when all things line up. You've got the mental sign of Aquarius here. You've got the fire and the heart of the lion here, Leo. You've got Taurus, which is the earth sign element, which connects with this Ace of Coins energy. And then you've got this emotional element, which is transformative, which represents Scorpio. That's the eagle there. So this is feeling unlocked and free. So the sense I get for you, especially in the middle of the month, is that once you open up to receiving this good thing that the world wants to give to you, whether it's money, job, new house, new asset, new possession, just, put yourself in a place of receiving the good thing, the coin that the universe is handing to you. It may help you with getting over any fears of moving on from the old cycle. Like, I have all this stuff, I'm afraid to let it go. No, you need to move on from that cycle. You're tired of that cycle. It's worn out. It's causing you to be weary. Once you can get past that, Gemini, you have the world supporting you. You will feel open and free. Whatever it is that you're afraid of leaving, see if you can push through that. See if you can receive what's wanting to be given to you, because this is you feeling supported, free, unencumbered. And, Geminis love feeling free. Geminis love to be able to skip from one thing to the other. And so this is you being able to jump from lily pad to lily pad, being able to change channels, being able to think all the thoughts. I get a lot of sparkly energy off of this for you, Gemini. And Gemini has all this wonderful air bubbles energy. So that's what this is about. It's the world supporting you, Gemini. See if you can let go of the old worn out cycle. You have so many aces here. It's really a time to embrace that. Although in the reverse position, they're saying you want it, but you may not be ready for it. You may not think you're ready for it. There may be some resistance or fear or doubt about taking that on. There's something in the middle of the month that is these old beliefs, thoughts. These swords represent, you're an air sign, and that's what swords represent. It's the mental element. So each one of these represents thoughts and ideas, but you can see that these particular set of thoughts and ideas strip that person of their power. This is a card of victim mentality, feeling powerless, feeling bound, feeling captive. It's actually not true, Gemini. If you're experiencing any of that in the middle of the month, I want to encourage you to look at how this person is not actually fenced in by these swords. It's her belief that she is a captive that keeps her there and stranded and stuck. She could actually cut these binds on any of these swords at any moment, pull that blindfold off and just walk away. There's no one there holding her there except herself. It's just these beliefs that she needs to let go of, that she needs to stop giving her power to these beliefs. Just walk away. She has the power. So I'm going to encourage you to make a choice in the middle of the month between feeling free and unencumbered, or are you going to subscribe to old beliefs that keep you bound? That you really have both of these choices in the middle of the month, Gemini. And then towards the end of the month, there is some sort of sadness or heartbreak or sorrow, something that's on your heart. It's like third wheel energy or disappointment. Sometimes it can be betrayal. It's in the reverse position, so it's not as dramatic as, I just get the sense that there's something heavy on your heart. That's where I'm getting this Hermit and Sun too, is that you're needing to separate yourself from the group, from all the fun and the partying and just feeling happy and joyful and reflecting on something. And I'm still showing that there's a tinge of that showing up at the end of the month. But it's, in some ways, I think that is clouding your ability to receive this new fresh energy, these new aces, because this is new insight. This is connecting with the truth. And this is feeling like you have new energy. This is when I see this card, I think of the runner who has the baton, who's running the race, who has the energy to run the race, or the person out front of a parade. It's got that vital fire energy to it. It's when things bloom and blossom. So this is wanting to come to you, but it's going to be in reverse until you sort of work through whatever's on your heart. There's some sort of three energy that's disappointment, sorrow, heartbreak, all those kind of things. It's just it's just sort of weighing you down a little bit. But also towards the end of the month, you have the Six of Swords, which is about going from charged, hard, chaotic waters, stormy waters, to smooth seas and smoother horizons. And this is a card of healing. It's a card of recovery. It's a card where you are helping yourself go from stormy seas to smoother waters, or someone's helping you. Or it could be, that you're helping someone else. Any of those possibilities are open. But in the reverse position, I'm going to ask you, what is it that you're doing that is resisting recovery? Resisting going to a smoother place, a calmer place. I'm getting the sense that you know that there's something you need to recover or heal from, or to go to another land, to go to a smoother horizon. What part of you is holding on to these charged waters, the stormy sea? What part of you is wanting to stay in the difficult place? Because there's a part of you that's ready to move on, to heal, to go to the calmer place, to the smoother horizon. But in the reverse position, it's like being fearful of going on to the new place of where things are truthful, full of energy, and calmer. I get the sense that this sorrow, this whatever's on your heart is putting you in a holding pattern. There's all this new stuff, new healing, new life, new energy, new truths, new awareness that is waiting for you at the end of July. But you have to resolve this first, Gemini. You have to you have to open up yourself to receiving what's new. So there's a lot of promise for you in July, Gemini. If you can open up to this new chapter, see if you can be willing to turn the final page on that old chapter, because with 4 aces, there's no denying that there is something like knocking on your door. It's just waiting for you to open the door, Gemini.